Can you tell? I'm just I'm still sweaty.
No shower?
No.
Really?
I can't, that's the dedication I have to the pod, Alex. I came the little 3.5 miler, just came in. And Alex, I didn't even prompt the DJ this time. I hit the button and he went off, and he's really dialing it in. He's starting to get it.
Have you prompted it a couple different times so it's got those prompts in sort of the memory? Is that what's kind of going on here?
It's kind of, what I think it is? Whenever I'm using that feature, or like Spotify generally, it's just either podcasts, or when I'm listening to music, it's mostly for working out. So the DJ is like, oh, you want to listen to music? Okay, great. Here's like EDM, or like 180 80 beats per minute, like just like crazy. And I'm like, perfect, great. This is
so
what
it's
I
got
need.
It's got a little taste for Jake, and it
a little
knows.
bit, a little
taste
bit.
of Jake.
Really getting in. You know, I think we'll keep this in. Welcome to Going Yard. We are back. Alex, how are you? What's going on with you, man?
Doing good. Busy work, busy bee. Just, my bitty buggy riding around town, just getting stuff done.
You're getting right into it, Alex. You're getting right into it.
No.
You're getting
How
right
are you?
into it.
What are you up to, you crazy dog? You're running all over the place.
I'm
what are you
running.
doing? How are you?
Sure am. Went for a little runny run. Yeah, nothing crazy. Had an interview this week. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, knock on wood. Not going to give any other updates than that, but we'll see. It was a third round.
See?
Always
it's
fun.
vulnerable
like
talking
that.
about it. See?
I know. But yeah, true. It is. It is.
Did you at any point lose the sole of your shoe? At any point?
Didn't have that. Didn't have the. But here's the thing, Alex. You probably I wish I did. It was good luck, right? They always say that. It's like a bird shitting on you. It's like you lose the sole of your shoe. Yep. Good luck for the interview. They've always said that.
I've always said that. I lost my soul at that job interview. You know what I mean?
There we go. I like that.
We won't talk about it anymore then, but a lot of good vibes going your way, heading your way.
Appreciate that. I appreciate
for the results.
That. Thank you very, very much. But you also nodded a bit there with the bitty buggy, Alex. You and I were driving. We made it. We had a fun little weekend outing here. We go with the I guess, would you call, nephews, or cousins?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Our
Jake,
nephews.
We're full on into cool uncles now. We're into cool, fun uncles.
Cool uncle
Funkles.
era. We're Funkles. That's right. That is right. So, we carpooled for that, and we were in your Nissan Juke, dude. That thing is zippy. It's got some pickup. It's got some torque. It's got some handling.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth. Now, I don't know how many of the listeners are avid Mario Kart players, but Alex and I we got into, and Lisa, weekly appreciation of my wife. I love her dearly. The three of us were going back and forth trying to relate to see what car was closest in Mario Kart to your vehicle, your Nissan.
Yeah, that's right.
Juke.
We want a comparison of which Mario Kart does my car remind you of, and you off rip, you said even Blink. I think you used the Malcolm Gladwell.
I used the Malcolm Gladwell Burke Blink, which the premise is, in the blink of an eye, your gut reaction is often the thing that is your ultimate answer.
And Jake's ultimate answer for my Nissan Juke was a bitty buggy.
The bitty buggy, Alex. It's a
cart.
Respectable build, dude. That's see. Now this is what I wanted. I saw this on the rundown.
Okay, look. Yeah, fine. Can I preface? But can I preface? I just want to say.
Can I preface my preface before you preface? Is that okay?
Do you want to preface my preface? Are you saying? I'll let you preface my preface.
I'll preface your preface by just saying the reason it was top of mind is that's what I usually race with. I'm a bitty buggy man through and through.
Okay.
So I just
That's fair. That's a good preface. That's a good
Why
preface.
don't you give your
My preface. Yeah, my preface was that. My preface was that initially offended. Initially, my blink, my initial, deeply offended. Felt like I was driving the Mini Cooper again. Didn't want to relive that anymore.
Right.
Then, upon reflection, I let it marinate. I let it simmer. I let it digest. After all of that, in that soup of an opinion, then it went through me. It passed through me, the opinion. I'm okay with it. I accept the bitty buggy, and I own it now. And I own it, and I proudly will say, yeah, it is a bit of a bitty buggy, isn't it?
Here's the thing.
And so that's my preface. That's my preface.
I don't know how many gamers we have on the pod as the listeners here, but Alex, bitty buggy may or may not even be in the meta. It might be meta to be racing the bitty buggy. Alex, your car.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best you sound.
If not the best, Alex.
Really?
We're talking, we're talking.
Well, that's not my car.
We're talking to handle
That's not my car. If you recall, Lisa rolled down the window. We couldn't get it back up. I had to with my hands push it back up. It rained the following day. I don't know if you know this. It rained later that Sunday. I had to go outside and I had pushed it up with my hands, the back window. Right. It had fallen down again. I had to push it back up. It stayed up. But now I don't mess with that.
No.
Anyways, I don't know if that makes it the best car, the meta. But I'll tell you what,
maybe
it's paid
Alex,
off. So
when we were driving, it could have been a car either in front of you or behind you that threw a banana, maybe. Come on. Maybe you got inked. Who knows?
No. There's no way my bitty buggy goes down by a little banana or an ink. It had to have been either red shell. Only answers I accept: red shell, a bullet, or blue shell. Yeah, blue shell too. I'll accept that too. Those 4.
Yeah,
Other than that,
that's right.
Indestructible bitty buggy car that I have.
That's right.
I both hate it and love it. It's an ongoing thing.
After we had that conversation, I think would be a fun game is asking people what car do whatever their own vehicle is, what car in what movie does it remind you of? Or I'll even open it up. What vehicle in a movie does it remind you of? And maybe
answer mine. I had a blink moment for me.
Sure.
If you recall the first Fast and Furious, the pink slip car, that's my car when they raced for pink
with the neon underlight.
That's exactly. Remember they had to steal televisions or DVD players. I think they stole.
Was the hot ticket item they were stealing.
Highest bit of technology that they could steal at that time, early 2000s, driving underneath the truck.
Probably on the 10. Probably on the 10.
Now,
if I'm guessing, probably California to Phoenix. LA to Phoenix.
Now that I'm thinking about that, they were small enough cars to go underneath the truck. Probably a bunch of bitty buggies.
Probably a bunch. That's right.
Probably a bunch of
That's right, Alex. You see? Zippy.
Yeah.
And you know what, Alex, do you remember there was gunfire? The guy had a shotgun. I can't remember frame for frame, but was there any gunfire on the back windows? Because that could be the cherry on top to this comparison, Alex.
Now, Jake, gun to your head, coming from one of the cars in that scene, that one of those guns to your head. Your Jeep Compass, what car, what movie? Go.
Okay. Jurassic Park, but not the cool Jeep. The Jeep, not the cool Jeep. The one that's like more of like them kind of going through the park and, well, I guess they do go through the park in the Jeep, but like maybe like one that's like the internal team kind of users. It's not for everyone. Not the cool tricked out one.
Is it yellow?
I think they had like a green and orange was like the original, but it was a Jeep Wrangler. Yeah. It was a Jeep Wrangler. So, but that's not what mine is. That's that gun to my head. I didn't have time. What?
But that's not what mine is. But that's not. I had this very descriptive answer, but that's not mine. That's just
well. But you put the gun to my head. I thought
Blink.
Jeep, and
Blink,
I thought it was Jurassic Park adjacent. So maybe it was and maybe I'm getting a little artsy on the answer here. Maybe it's the monorail that they took. It's not even the vehicle itself, but the energy and vibe of it it goes through, but it's not going to go insanely off-road. It's going to need a little bit of a track. Maybe
it's the essence of your car. The essence of your car. But it's like cool. A monorail in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I'll have to do a deeper dive, but gun to my head, that was my initial thought. Yeah.
That was a good one. Off jump, off rip. That was pretty good.
Rip. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, because we had some time. We had to drive, what was it? Like an hour and a half.
That's right.
Get to
5-year-old birthday party.
5-year-old birthday party. Mr. Dean Machine, our nephew, loves Minions.
That's right, he does.
We initially thought that.
Well,
until the end.
Well, he may still like them.
Yeah.
But his birthday was themed like Minions, which naturally, second we get the invite, Lisa and we look at each other and we go, well, time to whip out the Minion costumes that we have on hand, which we do in fact have them. We went back and forth whether or not we should wear them to the event or if we should get dressed there and do a reveal. We ended up wearing it to the event. The best part about it, Alex, in retrospect, it's so funny because, we're driving an hour and a half. We stopped at Wawa before, and you had the great idea of we go in there and Lisa and I in full costume just go, banana! At the banana in the Wawa. Couple of people looking around. We didn't make too huge of a scene.
You got a real kick out of talking about your stock portfolio as a Minion.
I just thought it was a very funny juxtaposition of being fully in costume for a 5-year-old's birthday and then just having an adult conversation about I'm really diversifying my portfolio. I just want to make sure just the pre-tax versus post-tax stuff. I just want to make sure it's buttoned up and my contributions are being matched. And then meanwhile, I'm dressed with goggles, a yellow jumpsuit, and I'm yelling banana right after. So,
and honestly, it was pretty glorious. It was pretty great. The big goggles were really, I think, sold it. And the full yellow, were they overalls? Was that, am I mistaken there?
We had suspenders.
Suspenders. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, the suspenders. And so in retrospect, once we finally got there, we make the drive again. Probably funny on the highway too when we're driving by people and they're just like in full costume, just like driving by with a couple Minions. But
listen to our CDs. Yeah,
that's right, Alex. A couple of rippers you had on there from the cross country left.
Everybody loves the Crows. Everybody loves little James Taylor.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Is it Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones? I always forget.
Mr. Jones. Mrs. Jackson.
Mrs. Jackson. There you go. Jackson 5. No, not the same. I know. I'm doing like 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon right now. No, the Mr. Jones album for Counting Crows was. I don't think I've listened to the full album. A little depressing, if I'm being honest.
He was getting through some stuff there. He probably Jennifer Aniston just broke up with him or something. Yeah,
maybe. Well, you think she got together with him pre Mr. Jones?
You had said maybe you said maybe she thought she could fix him.
That's right. Jennifer's a sweetheart. She's a 90s Jennifer was such a sweetheart. She probably
and the hair.
She probably went to the concert in. Speaking of overalls, she was probably in the denim overalls, 90s, with, I think, the Jennifer Aniston haircut was a thing. I think that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
She made that hair. Yeah. She made that hair
I don't
popular.
even know what I couldn't tell you what it looks like now, but that sounds right in my head. That sounds right in my head that she had that.
Yeah.
Counting crows aside, we get to the birthday party. We finally get there. In retrospect, I kind of chuckled at this when Lisa and I were catching up and just like chatting later that night. It was very funny to get there, not have any idea how many people were going to be there. We walk around to the back thinking everyone's going to be in the backyard. There's our family. There's a couple people, and we go, "Oh, hey guys!" And they go, "Oh, that's too funny. You're in the costume. That's great. He'll love it. You should go pop in, surprise him." We walk to the sliding glass door, and it is midday. The sun is out. It is just pure reflection. All I'm seeing is myself. I'm on the glass door. I hear people kind of knocking, and I go, "Ah!" And I'm just, doing the Minion thing. And all I see is myself. I open a sliding door, and there's like 25 people in there, and a sea of children just running around. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm like, I'm in the thick of it, I guess." But yeah, it was funny. Courtney told me later that one of the parents was like, "That's so awesome that you hired some Minion people." And they go, "No, no, just the cousins coming over, trying to surprise Dean."
And
Oh,
Dean,
man.
I mean, all the kids seem to love it. Now they were kind of grilling you on who's your favorite
Well,
Minion, right?
yeah, they
Like,
really got into it. Yeah, you really opened the door in Pandora's box a bit when you wear the costume and the kids are all excited. You're running around, and then you're just like trying to do the bit. But I watched I watched a YouTube video before because I was like, "Oh, I want to, say a couple things." But then they're asking me who my favorite Minion is, who which person is a bunch of stuff from the movie. I had no idea. And so afterwards they were like, "Oh, he doesn't even know. He doesn't
you don't
even
know.
know." Yeah.
You're not a real
So
Minion. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. But it
I
was
thought it was
funny, like you said.
very funny. Yeah, the end. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to leave at the end, which, by the way, 5-year-old birthday, I'm happy with the way we played it. We were there. We saw the big party with the big uh, parachute thing. We were there. We had a couple of pizzas. We
Walked around
said
the
hi.
garden. Charcuterie board was very good. I ate a lot of
Uh-huh.
cured meat, and I ate a lot of
Okay.
nuts. I ate a lot of
Uh-huh.
nuts and fruits, sort of apricot-y type fruits, and on that charcuterie board. And I also went on a side quest and picked a bunch of different flowers for these different little vases,
That's
which
right.
really nice to just walk around in nature with like a little tiny side quest. Pretty cool.
Right.
And then just kids, this one little kid was, they have these paths, sort of for the listener, their backyard's wonderful. There's this great big clearing where they all play sports and stuff. But then next to the clearing, it's sort of like a small forest. Is a small forest
Yeah, you've
too
got
much?
wooded areas with
Yeah.
with
Paths.
walking. Yeah, with
Yeah.
walking stones that kind of go through some of the cleared path.
High brush, a lot of foliage and stuff, like a lot of vegetation. So you're kind of walking through these paths and you can't really see. Me, Tyler, and Kelly, we are the ones sort of doing this like side quest. We're walking back to the house, and this one little kid, just a rogue child with a pizza in his hand, starts walking towards us and walks past us like into kind of the woods. And he goes, "Carly won't stop following me." And then you just see, so he's got a slice, this little kid has a slice of pizza, says, "Carly won't stop following me." He walks past us. We're like, what does he mean? Then the dog, who's like 16 years old now, Carly, is slowly just chasing him at like a really slow walk, So he's just like following this kid with a slice of pizza. Very funny. Yeah. The stuff you'll see at a 5-year-old's birthday.
I like the idea. I like the elderly dog chasing at an elderly pace is a funny visual
Yeah.
to see. And um yeah, we got through a bit of that, and then towards the end of the party, we're going to leave right at the very end, and Lisa and I in full costume go up to Dean and we go, Dean, great to see you, buddy. Happy birthday. We're gonna head out. Give me a hug. And he goes, gives us each a hug. He goes, why are you just like that? I'm just like, listen, you little shit, it's for you. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't obviously say that, but that's how I felt. That is how I felt. Yeah. I'm curious. I wonder if it's because we didn't know that much about the Minion. So he was like, why are you dressed like that? So maybe that was a part of it, but
Who knows?
Who knows?
He's a 5-year-old. Who knows? Sure. He seemed to have a great time with the whole party. He seemed like you said, very happy kid, very laid back kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him once at our family party. He was at our dad's place. He had a poncho on, like a poncho towel, and he kind of moseyed over to the fridge and freezer. He opens both the fridge and freezer, kind of looks at it like a little old man, and then he turns around to the whole room and he goes, where's all the chocolate milk? And that guy's awesome.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's hilarious. That is,
he's a little old man.
What an absolute G.
He's a little old man.
You had a bit more of an eventful weekend, it sounded like, Alex.
I did.
Prior to the 5-year-old. You were out in the city?
I had a Friday.
City guy, dude.
I'm a city guy. I had a Friday. I did. After work, I got sort of drinks and dinner with, now this was a kind of a blind date or kind of a setup from Tanner and Aubrey. They just kind of knew a friend and they kind of set me up. And I've been wanting to go to this place. It's called Alula's Garden.
Oh.
And it's got all these plants around in there. It looks really cool. Obviously, by the name, Alula's Garden, you can guess. There's an outdoor section. They have their own garden. They have their own fig tree. They have like all these fig dishes. I got a fig jam and like fig sort of appetizer type thing. And then for dessert, they had a creme brulee with a fig topped caramelized topping. Do you know what I mean?
Gotta wonder, Alex, is it too much fig, do you think?
No,
overboard?
No,
not
it
possible.
Was a subtle,
not possible. Okay,
it was a subtle amount of fig.
I just mean overall, the whole place. Are they doing too much fig?
No. I'd even argue
tasteful fig.
It's a tasteful amount of fig. I'd even argue.
Okay,
not enough fig. Not enough fig. Yeah,
Alex. The first word of each sentence of this entire story has been fig this, fig that, and you're telling me not enough. Yeah. Really? Wow.
Well, I'll get away from the figs now. High ceilings, really high ceilings, great, massive window to Washington Park, Washington Square Park right there.
And right in the city.
Right by where all those luxury apartments we were looking at are. Right next to Independence Hall there. So really cool spot. Highly recommend. Dinner was great. I had like a whole summer salad, had all sorts of stuff, not figs.
Okay. All right.
But highly recommend. And then after that, went to say hi to Lisa, your wife, who was working the chaotic singles in the city there. So it was like a short hop, skip, and a jump over. And went to Frankfurt Hall, which was like a cool place where they did the chaotic singles board game. But I had just come from a date. I wasn't really feeling like mingling.
Yeah.
So I kind of just hung out with Lisa and like helped check people in, and I watched the Phillies. Is like mainly
there you go. Yeah.
And that was kind of fun, like checking people in, because it's like I'm kind of a part of it and get to see all the people that are going in. And so it was like kind of like cheating a little bit for.
That's funny. That is, that was, that has been my role in LA when I would, especially early on when it's like Casty would like hook up friends with free drinks and stuff. And I would just go hang with Lisa and then be like, all right, well, I'm just going to chat with the other friends and kind of come back and forth, touch base with her, go back, touch base with her, and just kind of like, again, if there was a sports outing, that was usually what I was gravitating towards.
Yeah. I would like talk to Lisa for a little bit, and like we'd like talk to like some people checking in, help explain what was going on. Mainly Lisa, watching Lisa do that. But then I would just like go rogue and just go stand directly in front of the screen and watch the Phillies with like my beer. Just be like with a bunch of strangers, just like, what are we doing with this bullpen? It's like they don't even care about the rest of the series here. They're just throwing them to the wolves.
I know. And was that the game? Or no? That was later.
That was Sunday, but Friday was also very good. This was the Bohm game that you texted about.
That's
on
right.
Friday. And I was in the car. I left because they went to the 10th inning, and I was like, well, all right, Lisa, I'm heading out. See ya. And then Lisa texted me while I'm in the car. She goes, Phillies won, and some girl asked for your number. And I was like, shit, I left like 10 minutes too early. I blew it. I could have stayed for 10 more minutes and would have had like
what's that picture of the guy mining, and there's like a pile of gold next to him, and he's got the pickaxe, and then he just there's like this sliver of dirt left, and he's like, and he's like, I'm done. That's what it reminds me of.
That was me Friday night. Just so close to just a wonderful night. I'm like, I'm heading out. But it was a fun night. It was a fun night, and I highly recommend Alula's Garden in the city there. Really nice.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because then we did a lot of driving, and then on Sunday, we're kind of bouncing around days, but on Sunday, we drove back, and we're listening to some of the Crows. I think maybe we're listening to James Taylor at that point.
Well, Alex, you've got your whole setup. Now, I love this. I've done this a little bit, but I like the extent to which you took it, which you're talking about getting a place in the city to be closer to your job. And who just, I think you punch some things into ChatGPT and just create a photo of your apartment. And you're like,
you gotta
check
see
this
it
out
before you get it.
Dude,
you gotta visualize it, man.
It's like you're on like the 50th floor window view of like this gorgeous backdrop. You've got these like bookshelves in this like exposed brick, and then you've got your bonsai tree in the window with like the Eagles playing, and then just these beautiful leather couches, and then this creme de la creme of the entire photo. You've got a Dalmatian dog right on the couch hanging out. Woofy, who we've chatted about on the pod here. Alex, I'm loving it. Basically, you're like vision boarding, but chat is really just getting it rolling.
I'm like prompting ChatGPT with like the visual I would like to live in. I want this scene. I want to live in this scene, basically. Yeah. And I prompt it with a bunch of different stuff. And so you were talking about that, like on our drive home, we're like talking about the Dalmatian and everything like that. We pull in to back to your car to drop you off, and we see a woman walking a Dalmatian, no less than what, 5 minutes, maybe even less, like a minute after you said that. It was really
serendipity, baby. Serendipity. You just manifested a Dalmatian, and then she gave you the information to where she got him as well, which is
that's right. She gave me her number and she sent me the place that she got the Dalmatian. And she was like, any questions you have, feel free to text me and let me know. And so now I'm like, all right, well, guess I'm getting a Dalmatian, guess I'm getting a Dalmatian. It was a sign. It was a Dalmatian sign. It was a sign to get one.
Alex, when's the last time you saw a Dalmatian? Do you think in the wild?
I was in a firehouse. I was sliding down a pole. I had just got the call, and me and the boys were absolutely terrified because this was a 10-story building. Top of the building was where the call came from. So we knew we had a big, big night ahead of us, and we hadn't filled up the tanks all the way. So we had to fill. We were like in an absolute rush, and I, for the life of me, could not remember where I put my fire retardant coat. And I got it. I grabbed it. I go down the pole. Boom, corner of my eye, next to the axe, see a Dalmatian. And that was the last time. So
And
that was
then you
only
woke
like,
up.
a week ago.
Yeah. And then you woke up. So when was this dream? Yeah. Was this
Yeah.
so it's been a while. Yeah.
So it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen a Dalmatian in
crazy
person. So
coincidence.
weird to just see one as soon as we had been talking about it.
Very smart though,
wild.
Alex. I mean, they'll keep you active though. A lot of the lady was saying they're very active. She walks like 2 miles a day.
Nothing.
Light work for you. Light work.
I'll keep him
That's right.
active. I'll keep him.
Yeah.
You won't keep me active. I'll keep him active.
There you go. There you go. Just like, Dad, can we go home to the
He's like, I don't want to go for a
50th
walk
story
anymore.
again? Can we go home to the 50th story with the bonsai tree again?
It was not the 50th. It must have been like
It should be,
48.
Alex. It should be. Okay?
44th for you, brother.
There you go. Appreciate that. That's pretty rad. Now, I got, we were chatting Phillies, our little Phillies group chat. We've talked about a little bit on the pod here, but we've got you, me, Connor, other Alex, Acor, and Connor it's so funny. On Mondays, he works his schedule around the 50-cent wings in town. And so he tries to get everyone to get lunch on Mondays. And so I joined him. I had the interview. I had already had off a little, I blocked time. So for lunch, I pop over there. And so we jump over there, and it's great. He's got his full work laptop, a beer, and like a basket of wings just piled high. And it's like, this is exactly what I wanted.
Is he a flats guy? What kind of wings?
They
does
do
he
both.
like?
They mix them in. They do mixed. It was funny. He and I were chatting because I got 12 wings as well, which is incredible. 12 wings for $6. Just you get the bill and you're like, is this 1997? This is incredible.
That's awesome.
But he gets a mix of both. They just kind of give you whatever. But he said he's gone there and gotten the wings off of the happy hour, and he's like, not as good. Not as good. The wings are incredible because they're 50 cents. They're not. Yeah. You have them outside of this, and you're like, these are just like whatever wings. But
they taste better. 50 cents.
Yeah, they taste incredible when it's 50 cents. So anyway, he was doing that. Now we got it. We were chatting quite a bit. We were chatting. He was asking about some of the LA stories. We were going back and forth, and I forget how we got on it, but he was asking about like celebrity sightings, and so I gave him all. And I can't remember if we've told those on the pod or not, but I do want to recount the big one with you because you were there as well, and I want to see if I missed anything. That's right, the John.
I remember.
Can you tell me your version because I don't want to taint your memory of it, and then I'll add anything else.
Okay. So Jake and I, when we first moved out to LA, one of our survival jobs, it was actually a family friend worked for a catering company, and so we were caterers. But they were like a high-end catering company that had established business. So like this was a very wealthy, very successful
He did
agent.
the Oscars. He used to cater the Oscars. So yeah, they did
the catering
stuff.
Team, yes.
Yeah.
Right,
just to your point,
yeah.
I'm just saying they're a good business. They're a big company.
And then so this was what was it called? Studio 54, I think was the
Yeah,
venue, something like that.
That's that. The Studio 50,
Something,
I don't remember.
something
Yeah.
studio and then a number, studio
I think it was
something.
50 something. I don't know which, but 50 something sounds right.
And so we show up at this place before the party starts, and we're setting up scullery and all the stuff, all the nine,
Big,
and
like an abandoned warehouse looking thing, right?
yeah, but it had in the front like this area for like food trucks. Do you remember that? Like the food trucks in the front, and that's where people
Yep.
entered through. And we just knew this was going to be an agent, like a fancy agent's party. And we did know ahead of time that one of his clients is LL Cool J, and he would be performing. Now, that is just the tip of the iceberg for this party. They told us extensively not to approach these people or ask them for favors or autographs. You must hand out the hors d'oeuvres. Like you must hand out the hors d'oeuvres.
Coconut shrimp, baby.
Yeah. And so Jake and I are walking around this party, and it is a sea of like A-list celebrities. The way I remember it is the Johns. It was John Stamos from Full House, John Legend, and John Mayer showed up in a trench coat. And while I'm on this, there's a lot more, but while I'm on the John Stamos, I remember, and even we were young. We were like probably 26 maybe or something at this time.
Yeah, mid-20s.
Mid-20s. Yeah. But an even younger guy that was working with us, he had no idea what Full House was or who John Stamos was. And he was in the bathroom with them or go like walks like side by side and into the bathroom together. Yeah. And they go to the bathroom together, and he's like, "Hey man, what's your name?" And the guy's like, and John Stamos is like, "John." And then the kid's like, "Hey John, I'm, Dale," or whatever his name was. And he just walk in the bathroom, and the guy comes out, and another guy we were working with goes, "Do you know who that was?" He goes, "Oh yeah, his name's John." And it's like, "But do you know who John is?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know, like maybe like an actor or something." He goes, "It's John Stamos." And the kid still had no idea. Yeah. And he goes, "I don't know, but John was in like the stall a lot, and he keeps sneezing." And then he comes back. We all know what that means. And then he like comes back, and he learns Full House, and he's in the back of the kitchen with all of us, and he's like people are teaching him what Full House is and why John Stamos is important. And then he's like, "Holy shit, yeah, that is John." And that was just one of many. I remember vividly that weekend, I had gone on a New Girl binge. I had watched New Girl like for like a week straight, and especially that weekend. Then it was like a night party. I probably watched it earlier that day, and like the character Schmidt was like so top of mind. And I just remember Max Greenfield, the actor that plays Schmidt in New Girl, is on the dance floor. And it kind of broke my brain a little bit, because right before, like, I left the apartment watching New Girl, and it was like he was juggling girlfriends. It was like the episode where he's like cheating and he's got multiple girlfriends. And then I go to the event, and only a couple hours later, I see Max Greenfield on the dance floor dancing with a bunch of different women. And I just like was like, this is wild to me. Like, I couldn't really comprehend. It was like coming to life. There were, oh gosh, a couple like famous women. I can't remember. But I remember walking around that party. LL Cool J performed. I remember Prince's band, not Prince, but like Prince's band. You could just tell they had this like aura about them. Like, oh, not only do we do massive venues and big shows, but we party like it. And they like just held court in like really extravagant kind of furs and like mink like outfits. Because I remember passing them in front of the kitchen, like this kind of like bar area. And they're like, "That's Prince's band." Not Prince, but like that Prince's band that he like tours with. And they were just very like suave, cool, like, "Hey kid, I'll take a coconut shrimp." I'm like, "Here you go, sir." What else do I remember from that? Yeah, just wild. I'm sure there's celebrities I'm forgetting. I remember the Johns really well, LL Cool J. I remember there was like Darth Vader, like he loved Darth Vader. So there were stormtroopers that were going around the party. And so there was like stormtroopers and celebrities were passing out all these hors d'oeuvres. There's food trucks out front. John Mayer is like just batting away women, and he's in a trench coat. And I was just like, doesn't matter. Like it's the trench coat's like ugly, but that's what he's playing on. I'm like, what is he doing? Just wild. There's more famous people. I kind of forget in this moment, but that I think that's about the extent of what I remember of it.
I think you nailed it. The only thing I would add is, well, first I'll start with the more mundane, but actually I guess two things I'll add. The one more mundane thing. Do you remember they recreated, it was the agent's 50th birthday, and they recreated his bedroom from like when his high school bedroom. They recreated it with posters and like action figures and everything. And then that became a photo booth for people to take photos in. And so that was
Crazy.
there. And I remember being like, what the fuck? And then Alex, I think you saw this. This is my favorite part of the whole thing. Rob Lowe. Do you remember the Rob Lowe piece?
Oh my God.
Rob
Yes.
Lowe. Rob Lowe.
I remember now.
Rob Lowe is there, and the best
How did I
part
forget
is
that
like,
part? Holy shit.
it's before everyone is even getting there. He's like one of the first people. They're kind of shuffling in from the food truck area into the photo booth and dance floor area, and he's making his way through, and it's Darth Vader and stormtroopers, and Rob Lowe, with no one around, goes up to the stormtroopers.
For nobody else but himself and the people. Yeah.
Shakes all their hands and goes, "Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service." And like, the best thing is like, you and I are like, we're, scooping mashed potatoes out or whatever. And like,
that was the buffet, buffet hour or whatever.
Yeah. And so, and there's no one else around. So he was just doing it for himself, which makes it even funnier. So good.
The insinuation that he is on the dark side and he's thanking them for their service
for like men in arms. Yeah. Like they're veterans.
Yeah. Like we're thanking people that were in Vietnam, we're like, oh, thank you so much for fighting for us. And he's like, thank you for fighting for us, the dark side.
Right. Also, I remember, what is LL Cool J known for? Because it's not like, for some reason,
knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
Okay, but didn't
I'm
he have
gonna knock you
out?
Like
Flavor Flav had like the big necklace with the clock thing. Didn't he?
He had
Didn't he have chains or something that he
gave
definitely,
to the agent? Of course, he had massive chain. Yes, he had massive chain that he gave to the agent that had a 50 on it because it was his 50th birthday.
Okay, that's what it was.
Like Studio 50, whatever. Right. And then he had, it was like a chrome handle around the microphone. Do you remember this? Like almost like you'd see on a sword, but it was like a chrome covering over the microphone so that when he put his fingers through it, it like was like brass knuckles, but it was like a chrome fitted like a belt buckle on a microphone. I remember.
I just remember the lights dimming, seeing the Schmidt thing, and then there's like this, like a concert. You've got the like pit people that are like, or people are really going after it. People kind of afterwards are like, rows back or kind of dancing. And I just remember there was Darth Vader and a couple of the stormtroopers, elbowing their way to the middle of the dance floor. And Darth Vader had his red lightsaber pumping his fist to the LL Cool J song. And like Schmidt is there. There is John Stamos, John Legend, John Mayer. And I remember just, again, I'm there scooping potatoes, and I'm like, I feel like I'm on an acid trip. This feels like an acid trip. This
100%.
I've never done acid, and this feels like some crazy thing. Oh,
reality bending. The the whole experience was reality bending. Like,
Yeah.
because what you realize is like, this is a party that they're all schmoozing as well, because this is a powerful agent that like maybe reps most of them, if not all of them. And like, this is like a work event for them, which is crazy. Like,
that's the crazy thing too to me, is that like the people you and I didn't know were probably really well respected, like agents or
wealthy
industry people that like they're just not famous, but they're very influential in the entertainment industry. So there was probably people there that you're like, holy you know, like all the actors are like, oh my God, that's so and so producer or something.
Oh,
Or
100%.
You know, and like we just didn't notice them. Like,
we just knew like the obvious ones, like we knew the big obvious ones, but not. I'm sure there were also some actors, actresses, and stuff like that that we saw there that like maybe went on to be even bigger. You know what I mean? Like they just
and
this was
funny,
in 2019, right? Roughly.
Pre-pandemic. And I also told a couple other stories. Maybe we'll save them, but I got 2 more catering stories I chatted with Connor about. We had that. The other thing in our wing outing that I really want to get your opinion on. So we were chatting about like screen time and like getting away from the phones, unplugging, and Connor just whips out, puts it on the bar. He goes, "Oh, dude, I don't. I'll put my phone away. I plug it in somewhere in a different room. I go for a walk, and I just throws it on the bar. I got a transistor radio I listen to, and he just has. It's just like just a radio, like a radio that he uses to listen to AM and FM, and he is just walking around listening to like Phillies broadcast. He's like, dude, it's really good quality too. And he like gave me an earbud. It was like classical music. I kind of love this. I'm like, dude, this is kind of also, I want to start doing it for Phillies games now, because I don't get all the games.
Love that.
Yeah.
I had recently, I couldn't be more on the same page as you guys. Also deeply jealous that I missed this outing, but I got an alarm clock, like old school, like wood panel alarm clock, because I didn't want my phone to be the first thing that I touched in the morning. Like I didn't want that to be the alarm. So for a long time there, unfortunately, I've kind of reverted back to the phone as an alarm clock. But I initially on my bedside, it's like got the red lettering. So it's got the red sort of digital lettering, but it's an old like wood paneled radio, and it wakes me up with classical music radio is what I put on as like the default wake up to the radio, and it's like the classic music channel, whatever that, I think it's like 91.5 or something like that, or somewhere in that low 90s. But yeah, I'm in the same, I'm in agreement. It's like, get more analog with it. The phones are so addicting and like corrosive, I feel like, to the mind. So the farther you can get away from it, the kind of the better, at least for stints of times. You can't fully unplug, they're kind of necessary, but I'm all for it. Transistor radio sounds great. Love it.
It was great. He whipped it out. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And especially for like Phillies or something where it's like, you can just pick up some stuff and you can still get some other things. He said, he's like, when I travel, he's like, I'll kind of see what other channels I can get and then use it that way too, to get like more local stuff, which is kind of fun. But
cool.
Thought that was
awesome.
I thought that was pretty fun. Thought that was a pretty
fun
the
Phillies are doing pretty good right now too. Jake, since our Field of Dreams game outing,
and they since LeBron, Alex, I made that call. I guess it came like a couple weeks after but dude, I feel better and better about this call. The Philly 3-sport sweep is going to be crazy.
It's good. I mean, so they lost last night, so they're not on a 9-game winning streak anymore, but they were on a 9-game winning streak. Yeah. And they were just been crushing it recently, and the team's hitting really well. And it just seems like everybody's starting to click at the right time. And couldn't be more excited to watch the team play. Arise, I love watching in the batter's box. That guy is crazy in the best way. And he gets like angry at the ball, when it's like not a homer or not in play. He's just like, and I feel like he's had an effect on every other player on the team. I feel like each of them are like, oh, I should start protecting the strike zone like he does with the authority that he does. And everybody's hitting better now, it seems like, because of him. It's awesome.
It's so cool. It's such a mentality, and it's so fun that he's just like comes in, and then like everyone, I don't know if I don't think they were sandbagging, but they definitely were not playing like up to potential. I felt like it was a good team, and I'm happy to feel like they're like actually playing like it. Now, I'm a little worried they're peaking too early, but I have seen through 120 games, they have the same record as the 2008 Phillies and the, what was that, 93 or 80?
70? Was it 70? 90s?
I don't know. Whatever the
last
other
time
teams,
they won.
the last time they won. Yeah, exactly. So fun parallels, fun season.
It's a well-constructed team. Like it's put together well. Like Dombrowski did a good job putting together that team. And setting up with the draft picks and everything like Painter and whatnot, but he uses the draft to do that. And I don't know. I think that draft is just a fun thing to do, whether you're doing a fantasy draft or if you're doing like a baseball draft. It's a fun thing to do.
And we're in the heat of fantasy draft season with fantasy football. So funny you bring it up. I am in this new league. I just started because Tanner and Aubrey hooked me in and are like, hey, we're doing this big thing with a bunch of the ASU people. Austin, JP, Aaron, Bennett, they're all in it. So fun excuse. All the fantasy leagues, the way I look at it is just like an excuse to have this group chat with everyone. And assert dominance, of course. But it was so much fun. They had the draft, and the way they have it set up is a chopped draft where you have 16 teams, which is, if you don't play, that's a lot. Usually you have 10 or 12 at most. And this is 16 teams, no kicker, no defense. And you have the draft. Everyone drafts their team, so they're going to be thin teams. You've got 2 flex spots, so it's even thinner. And then from there, you're not playing anyone head to head. You are just looking at your total score compared to the rest of the league, and whoever has the lowest score gets chopped from the league. They get eliminated, and all their players
that week they're done. Wow.
And then all their players go into free agency.
That's crazy.
So it just gets bananas. So
I think I've heard this called a guillotine league. Somebody called it.
Yeah,
is that the same thing, kind of?
I think
so.
so.
Right.
This is my first time doing it. They called it chopped, but that sounds, yes, I think it's the same concept.
So you could play for 1 week. You could pay all your dues, draft your whole team, like it, and then you lose week 1 and you're done. That's
pretty
it,
much.
Right?
Yeah.
So wait, is it just one team gets chopped every week, or is it like
one team? So you have like 16 teams, and then you're just getting chopped.
So whoever has the lowest score, it's everybody versus each other. Whoever has the lowest score, is that right?
Yes, you just don't want to be on the bottom. You don't want to be on the bottom. So you're just praying someone, which is like tricky because like injuries so like when I was drafting, it's a different mindset because I was like, who has the highest floor? I just want people that don't get hurt. I don't want like a rookie that's going to like maybe help me later because I'll just get people in free agency when people get chopped. So I just want like week 1, what's a good matchup? What's going on? And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I did take there was some people that fell because they were like, it's funny because the guy in the league that put it together, he was like, it's just pure chaos. I want chaos. And what adds to the chaos is we did the draft pretty early. There's still preseason games and there's still injuries. And like today, Jamar Chase like went down and
He did?
yeah, well, we don't know how serious it is. Who knows? But like, it just adds to the chaos because the group chat was like, "Uh-oh, look out, Bennett!" Like, so the injuries are already affecting people in a serious way, especially for week 1. So anyway,
yeah, I saw Genty. I think I saw Genty might be kind of limber, or not.
Yeah,
not
but then he
ready
came
for week
back.
1, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, but he came back. So there was like this whole. So anyway, you don't want to overreact, but you also don't want to underreact. So it's a fun. I like that the whole league is like it's built for chaos, and drafting early adds to the chaos.
Yeah.
So it just seems like a fun spirited thing. So I had a great time, and it was great too because Aaron was so excited that I was in the league because me and him talked so much football when we were in college together. And he was like, you guys know ball. And
he's a great dude. He's such a great dude.
He was just chirping the whole time. It was so funny. Taryn and Aubrey, I think they were at a WNBA game. So they were like idle. You could tell they were like, they'd come in, they're like, quit yapping. Like,
they go to a lot of those WNBA games with Aubrey's job and everything.
That's right.
Seems very cool, the swanky like VIP experience of it all.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks really fun. But anyway, so that was pretty fun. I've got a couple of other, it's these next couple of weeks here. It just, all the leagues, all the friend groups. We've got the LA group, the league we're in there. We've got the Lambertville guys, of course, that we've done it the longest with, in that group chat. I've got some of the Brilliantly Dumb League guys. That's ramping up too. But all these group chats, everyone is just starting to really just pick up and like coordinate everything, and all the jokes are flying. I had one of the like peak moments you can have in a group chat, which was people are going back and forth, and they just started making golf plans with each other in this group chat. And it's like in front of everyone. It's like, take this to the side. And all I said was like something along the lines of like, this reeks of collusion. Just an offhanded thing, couple of reactions. But one of the like greatest compliments I think I've ever gotten in a group text, someone on the side texts me and goes, loved that comment. Just someone taking the time.
Well, also,
I mean, on the side is
it's also Bob too. I feel like because it's Bob, that's pretty awesome, because he's
that's
kind of like
fun.
A celebrity too in a way. So that's pretty cool that it's him of all people.
Yeah. So that was fun for him to like on the side be like, oh yeah, like, oh my God. Like
I just got
absolutely got me on that last one. Yeah.
Yeah. I just got added into, this is Andrew's other league that he's a commissioner of. Top-notch commissioner, by the way. Andrew is on it, and he is.
Don't doubt it. How'd you get in? How did you get into this league, Alex?
Andrew invited me. That's why I couldn't do the Chop League. This is my max. I couldn't do more than I have now.
I'm jealous. I missed the invite.
But you know who's in this, Jake? Remember Coach Phil? So younger Phil. I don't want to say his last name, so that's why I started Coach Phil. But Phil's son, Phil, is in it.
I know this league. I think because it's Joey's in that, and then I think Carlos.
Carlos is in it, or some of the carryovers. But yeah, I didn't know I didn't know more than half of the numbers in there. So it's like, you go into a group chat and you're kind of going in dark, right? You don't know everybody, some of the people, and the big intro comes in, and then somebody goes, is that is that Yardley? What a pull. How did we get a Yardley in here? Awesome. And like, it was
what an
Phil.
ego boost. You love that.
It was. Yeah, it was cool. It was nice because I hadn't seen him in ages.
You had a funny thing in the LA group chat where you've got the second pick and the one guy is fiending for Bijan. And he that other guy doesn't have all the numbers of everyone. And he's like, hey, where's someone said Alex has the second pick, and he goes, "Where's Alex? Reveal yourself." Yourself. And then it's so funny because you had a response, but he didn't realize. He thought it was just someone else joking. Yeah. And then you did the gif of Clooney like peeking his eyes
just
out,
peeking his head out, and then just going back behind the brush. The cliffside. So funny. I called you as like a help, did not get the response I thought I was going to get from the.
Hey, what do you mean? You got the
trying to sell. I was trying to sell the pick with some of the calling back to your bachelor party. Yeah. The inside joke to the bachelor party I was not at. I was trying to use that.
Well,
as some,
in your defense, Alex, there was only probably 4 guys in on that inside joke. So
I thought it was more.
You got 3 of the 4 that really
that makes more sense now. Yeah, because that group I'm even farther removed than you are.
Right.
Much farther removed than you are. And so I only really know them through primarily obviously the LA guys, but like primarily through fantasy football. So it's like I don't know what points of references or what people are cool with and not cool with and how to I don't know the audience of how to make the right joke. So that's where I was like, I was calling you for help. Like, maybe this will land. Maybe I'll sell off the pick for Bitcoin, because one of the guys likes crypto. I'm like, sell you shit coin for my second overall pick,
but that was
I didn't get the pull away text message. Excellent joke. Excellent joke. Reeks of collusion.
It's so funny. It is funny too, because like in those, what I've resigned myself to. I am a volume shooter. You just gotta, and you can't be too edgy when you do that, because then you could you could offend someone or whatever. But just having a joke where you're able to kind of like get a couple people laughing, but it's not gonna the people that aren't laughing aren't going to be like pissed off by it. It's not like dark humor or something like that, but do a lot of those. And then you kind of get an idea of what the sense of humor is for the group. And it's so funny because sometimes I have no idea. I've said 3 other things I thought were 10 times funnier. And then I have this one offhanded thing and they're like, hilarious. And I'm like, all right, sure.
Well, that point right there, though, sometimes it's time of day. It's like, how when you post, it's like time of day. People just aren't looking at it. And then it gets buried, in the chat. And so sometimes it's that too, where you just didn't, it might have been funnier, but it was just not.
That's why I'm a volume shooter, baby. Hit him with some morning shots. Hit him with some middle shots.
You got to get temperature checks, little temperature checks. Just keep taking the temperature, checking the pH balance a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Checking in. Oh boy. So you've got that. I mean, that's been really eating up some time for me has been the fantasy draft. I think coming up here, luckily, no drafts have overlapped, knock on wood, because that's always, we've had that, you and me have had that in the past where we were in 2 leagues. The chiming was like on top of each other. You're trying to do 2 at the same time. Nightmare stuff.
Because then you're half-assing 2 leagues. You're not whole-assing 1 league. You want to whole-ass everything you do in life.
That's right.
And
commit.
You want to half-ass it.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's fun. We're in the thick of it. Next weekend, is it next weekend or 2 weekends from now is when most of the drafts are for me. 2 to 3. I think.
Yeah, so the season kicks off on that Wednesday, the 9th, I want to say. So a lot of the leagues are like September 9th, that is. And so a lot of the leagues try and have it so that the draft is after the preseason games, so there's no injuries and things like that. But I think there is a week in between. I think there's like this coming week is the last preseason games. Next week is kind of like a bye, kind of like a rest. Everyone kind of gets ramped up, and then that following Wednesday kicks off the season, which should be fun. Alex, we should make some plans. Maybe we get, maybe we do a little event or something. But I think it'd be so fun where opening weekend we do something. Lisa's away on a bachelorette party, so
opening weekend of football, Jake.
That's right. So I'm
Are
thinking
the planets aligning.
It seems that way.
Is it a boys' bash? Is it a boys' bash?
It might be. I think it might be.
I'll invite people over to your place. I'll invite them.
That's right. Might have to. So anyway, should be fun. I'm trying to get as much TV in now before the football starts taking up some of my time. At the moment, Lisa and I, weekly appreciation of my wife, I love her dearly. She and I have been watching Silo. Have you watched?
No. What's a streamer, Jake? You brought this up. What's the stream?
Apple? You've got Ted Lasso. You're doing Lasso. Yeah. I know you're doing Lasso. Silo.
Is it today or is it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It doesn't matter. Sorry. Distracted.
We're recording on a Tuesday. It's Wednesday that the Lassos come out. But Silo.
What is it? Help me out. What is it?
It is a like psychological sci-fi thriller, I would call it.
I'm out.
It's incredible. It's like sci-fi, futuristic, but it flashes back to present day to kind of set up why they're in this kind of dystopian future. And so I think I can say this without spoiling anything because you figure it out in the first episode, but they live in a massive silo underground. So there is this massive silo where there's like 10,000 people living in this silo. And it is on like generation 3 or 4 of people living in there. And they have their own food production. They have a mining thing in the bottom. They have all these like different jobs, like law enforcement and teachers and hospital. Like, so they have all like a society, but they don't know why they're in the silo. They don't know what caused them to be in this silo, and they don't know life outside of the silo. So the whole show, you're trying to figure out what's happening, what has happened for them to be in this situation. And it goes down quite a rabbit hole. Maybe a bigger rabbit hole, maybe a silo hole. Anyway, they're on season like 3 or 4 now. And so they're airing, and it's really, they're finally getting to like some of the present day setup to why it's happened. So it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff.
I'll watch it. That was a good sell.
You
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, I like that. Really good. That was pretty good.
I like that. The other one I'm watching is The Bear. I know you watch The Bear, but I'm on season. I can't tell if I'm watching it live or if it's just I'm just finally listening to it.
No, I think I finished The Bear.
Okay. She might be ahead of me, though. I don't know. So are they fully out, or are they still coming out with episodes? I don't.
Great question. I'm not sure. I thought
so
the most recent season was done.
Season 5.
I thought I watched because there was kind of a bombshell. I don't want to give anything away.
So
that's why I'm kind of being cagey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the last one for this season.
Okay. Yeah. We're finally getting through the last season and latest season. We're like halfway through, and I will tell you what, nothing raises my blood pressure quite like that show. they just start out and it's like fucking rush hour. There's so much like tension under the surface that no one's dealing with. And just like,
yeah.
it just bubbles up and they explode on each other. And you're like, for fuck's sake. Oh my God. It gives me like secondhand anxiety on top of the restaurant trying to be a Michelin star quality pressure cooker. And so, but it does get me jacked up, Alex. It gets me fired up to cook. Alex, I went experimental. This is my week. Lisa and I, we do this weird thing. I don't know if other people do this, but we've just been trying it out the last few months where we alternate weeks cooking. So we alternate who shops for groceries, and then you plan the week of meals. The other person does dishes, which in my household is a big deal. That's a big deal. We don't have a dishwasher and we don't have a garbage disposal. So dishes are a chore. So the way we organize it is one person grocery shops that week. They get the staples, some breakfast stuff, some lunch stuff, some, just filler things. And then they plan the meals. The other person does dishes that week. And then we alternate. And so this week I am on dinner duty, and that means I was on grocery shop duty. And Alex, when I go
in the lab, you got in the lab, didn't you?
Part of the reason that this started was Lisa she's like a baker mindset. She likes to have the recipe, know the instructions, follow it to a T, boom. And she likes to execute. Not me. I'm jazz, baby. I'm improvising. What's fresh? What's on sale? What looks good? What can we mix and match? What's in season? Let's make it seasonal. Let's use some of the leftovers. We mix that together. We have a new special. And that's the way I operate.
Jake, you're your mother's son. You're your mother's son right there.
Bang. Yeah. And so that philosophy, we were both kind of butting heads when we were alternating every day, because she's like, can we just like have a plan? And I'm like, but I can't be tied down like that. I need to see what's going on. I need to improvise. I need to feel it. I need to get inspired in the kitchen. And so anyway, that led to my grocery shop. And Alex, guess what? I'm walking through the grocery store. I go through produce, and we're getting to Alex, it's the tail end. It's the tail end of the dog days of summer.
The summer harvest.
The summer harvest is coming in. The summer harvest is coming in now. We're at the end of melon season. Alex, melons are about to go out the door. Forget about them. Watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, we're gone, Alex, after a few weeks here. And what do? I got to capitalize.
Which fruit? Which fruit?
I'm talking watermelon. I'm talking cantaloupe, honeydew. Gone. Gone. The harvest isn't coming in. Then we start getting into the root vegetables. We go sweet potatoes. It's around the corner, Alex. It's coming. The sweet potatoes are coming for your
down
lunch.
The pike.
They're coming down.
Yeah.
We're talking eggplant, Alex.
Pumpkins.
We're talking pumpkin. Yeah. Anywhere you can put a pumpkin. We're talking spiced lattes, Alex.
Orange
coming down your throat. Yeah.
Carrot cakes.
So I think to myself, oh shit, we're getting into the heat of this. I've gotta capitalize on melons. And I see this fresh looking honeydew. This honeydew,
was it looking at you?
It was looking at me. I was looking at it. And it was spherical. It was spherical. It was
supple.
perfect. It looked like, Alex, if I rubbed it enough, I could have looked into it. It could have told me my future. Alex, this thing looked like a crystal ball. It was the honeydew of all honeydews. And so I go, this is it. And I'll tell you one thing, Alex. When you go around, when you produce shop, are you touching stuff? Are you feeling them? Are you
only once
you roll up the sleeves
commit.
and
I got to commit because I don't want to be the dirty guy. I don't want to be the guy that's spreading germs, but I'll give a firm grasp to a piece of produce. I'll give a firm grasp to, like you said, a root vegetable.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a sack of potatoes and give it a good eyeball. Do you know what I mean?
You'll find me thumbing some avocados. You know what I mean? Really seeing where they're at. You gotta understand.
Yeah, you don't want a nasty cotto in your produce harvest.
That's right. You got to know, and sometimes you do if it's later in the week. You want to time it. Those things they're supple when you want them, but they are rock solid when you don't, and you got to time that out. Now, I find this honeydew. I go, I'm gonna make this work. Now, I will say, Alex, 2026, I haven't made the switch to transistor radio quite yet. Man, that is a mouthful. I have not made the switch to transistor radio quite yet. Alex, I was influenced on Instagram. I saw a frozen honeydew. They froze it. They put heavy cream. They gutted out the seeds. They put heavy cream. They shaved it and made a sorbet almost of this honeydew. And the second I saw that honeydew, I said, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I find the spherical one. I throw it in the cart. I do the rest of my shop. I go in and I make dinner. And then I said to Lisa, whatever you do, you can't come in the kitchen. You can't even be, it's a secret. It is a secret. I have to, Alex, I've been watching The Bear. Fun. I have to elevate. I have to elevate. I have to get into my rhythm. And so as soon as I finish my shop, I cut the cantaloupe. I gut the seeds. I put some cling wrap over top, throw it in the freezer. A few hours go by, dinner time. Lisa, we have a beautiful dinner. What did I do? I don't remember what I did for dinner because I'm so wrapped up in the honeydew story. It was great, I'm sure, but we finished dinner. I go over. Now I get the honeydew and I have the heavy cream in the back of my mind, but I go elevate. How do I elevate? So
honeydew, heavy cream. Okay.
Yep. Frozen honeydew now. And so I go into chat. I go into ChatGPT and I go, I need to elevate. What can I do to elevate this meal? It pumps out like 2 or 3 different suggestions. And I go, oh, I like this third one here. And so I already have a couple of these things. It jumped out because I bought one of these things on my shop earlier. So I've got the frozen honeydew. I've got the heavy cream out. It then suggests you go lime. You zest and then squeeze lime into this. You then do the heavy cream, a drizzle of honey, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of coarse salt. A little bit of coarse salt.
Jake, the heavy cream, are we whipping it or is it just liquid?
Happy you asked, Alex. Happy you asked. What I did initially was I poured it into the honeydew with the seeds are gutted. So it leaves a crater. It leaves a silo, if you will. There you go. It leaves a bowl. So it leaves this area. So that's where I'm putting these elements. I'm zesting the lime. I've got the heavy cream. I've got the lime juice, got a drizzle of honey. I'm doing that. Now, what I realized I messed up because the cantaloupe wasn't frozen long enough. So it was still melony. It wasn't frozen melony. So what I had to do a little bit of jazz, a little improvising. I get the blender out and I get only a couple ice cubes because you don't want to water it down, but a couple of ice cubes. I put all of this in there. I am scooping out all of the honeydew into the blender, honey, lime zest, lime juice, a little bit of coarse salt. I then throw that in there, blend, 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 blend. I then pour it back into the honeydew shell. I put it back in there for presentation. Now that goes back into the freezer. Now it has to set. So this is now setting. While that's going on, Alex, I get the cast iron. Going. I got the cast iron, little bit of oil in there. I start de-shelling the pistachios. I get pistachios, Alex, and I start roasting pistachios in the cast iron. And I'm working it. I'm trying to get these guys. And so I get that going. Eventually I do a little bit more. I do the other slice of the lime. I squeeze a little bit of that in there. Get some lime juice over top of the pistachio. Now those are really,
that's going to break it down. That acid's going to really break it down.
And it broke it down quite a bit. I then transfer it over to the cutting board. Just like I saw in the bear. Now, I got to go back and forth. We watch another episode because this thing has to set.
But she hasn't stepped in the kitchen.
She hasn't stepped in. She has no idea. And she is even more confused. She heard a blender and there's something that is there's some time
in the
constraint.
Pan? And
so,
the pan's going and you're chopping nuts. She's like, what?
Right.
What are these
what
sounds?
What is happening? What's going on? And so we go back. We went to watch another bear episode. I'm like, I could
know.
do this. I could do this. I practically
Corner.
live this. Corner. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. And so then finally it sets. I then put over top. I put over top the pistachios, over top of the half honeydew. I then put a little bit more of the lime zest. Yes. A little bit more lime zest. And then just a whisper of honey drizzle. Just a whisper on top. Just a
decadent.
Whisper. Yeah.
Really?
Just a whisper. And then I put a spoon. Now, the honeydew's been freezing. You don't want to freeze your hands. I put the honeydew into a bowl. So that way you get both presentation, but you get functionality. And that's how you elevate. And so then I go out and I go, honey, I've got the dews. Here we go. And Alex, it was a little bit underset. I should have left it longer. It was a little bit underset. It was a little bit liquidy for my taste, but you live and you learn. That's jazz, baby. Wish I had a recipe.
Jake, what a journey. What a journey. The sound effects. Listener, if you should watch, you don't have to watch the whole episode.
We got that. Maybe I'll cut it. I'll try and do my best if I have some time.
That part. Jake did hand gestures for every single step of the way. The last 5 minutes, I've been thoroughly entertained.
Feel the kitchen, Alex.
I was there, Jake.
Yeah. That's right.
I want to try this honeydew now. The whipping cream and the pistachios Alex, and the honey and the zest and the
and it landed for some funny jokes. I had a couple of hey babe, nice melons. I mean, come on,
that works every time. Do the do right.
There we go. That's right. So I just felt like a honeydew is so underutilized. You never even hear about it, and if you're like this too. We love our novelty, the uniqueness, and I just felt like a honeydew. I haven't even thought of someone doing something with a honeydew. Anyway, How was my
Honeydew,
journey?
you just kind of see it on a breakfast buffet at a hotel. You know what I mean? You don't
And it's always a sidekick. It's with the cantaloupe. It's with maybe some pineapple or some watermelon or grapefruit, God forbid. Oh, just ruin the whole thing. Just seep in like a high school burnout. You know who I'm talking about. Shout out Gary Gulman. Ruin the whole class. You don't want the grapefruit getting in there. You know that bit.
Jake,
Remember that bit?
I love that bit, the fruit salad bit. Yeah.
That's right.
I remember.
Shout out Gary. Gary
Gulman. Gar. Hey, Gar. At the JCC.
That's
Mr.
right.
Ladonowitz, you have a tightening on Wednesday. He came down the lane so ferociously in this game of basketball that he tore off the rim and he broke the whole backboard. Nobody knew what to do.
That's why they did the double rimmed rim, the double supported rim. You never know, Gary. You never know, Gary. That was the whole thing. Remember we used to do that all the time. You never know, Gary.
You never know, Gary. Yeah. Oh man, Jake, that was lovely. Just a really, really nice way to wrap this epi. Is you just honestly, and what a lovely insight into your home life, home life. Just a slice of life there. Just a slice of Jake's life. Just
slice of honeydew and a slice of Jake. What can I say?
Great dessert.
Both are on the menu. Both are on the menu.
Great dessert for this episode. Great dessert for this episode.
That's right.
You know?
I think that's it's just a nice little ending point here. I think we can end it with a nice little exclamation
better than
point.
that, brother. I'll tell you that. It's not getting better than that. That was a peak.
That's how you do the dough. That's another episode of Going Yard. Love you, brother. See ya.
Love you. See ya. Bye.